Sort himself through this, just in the corner too hard, trying to get the car to turn. Gosh, front legs locked up. Look at that impact.
Misses though. You see how thick the wall is above that. That's all tire pack.
One, it'll cost him some spots, and it's going to cost him another. Whoa, look out! One car spinning further back and off the course as everybody will slide by everybody. Trying to check up. Another car in trouble. That's Kris Wright. He'll go off course as well as a couple of drivers come to grief.
In the 68.
You know, it looks like the 45 just gets in deeper than he wants. I think he was going to perhaps spin out even if he doesn't catch the 68. He does catch the 68, sending them both around.
Yeah, that's the same way I saw it, Steve.
Tell what happened here. There's Wright and Brandon Jones off the curb into Kris Wright, and somebody's going to run into him.
Yeah, and it looked like Brandon Jones just got up on the curb, and it'll shoot the car out, and then, you know, there's nowhere for these other guys to go as you see Kris Wright spinning around.
Got hit there by
pit road speed is 55 miles an hour. I mean, he's going double that.
You got to feel so bad for Balicki too, because he's going pit road speed,
and he caught a little bit of Ryan Truex, that right rear fender.
Yeah,
so
look at that damage.
Damage control on that as well, and that's not missing your braking point. That is just completely missing.
Maybe
that's
he lost brakes. Like, you don't know. Maybe he got on the brakes there. It looks like he had no brakes.
There was like nothing happening.
Yeah, maybe he just had no control over his car.
Because that Sunoco sign off turn 4. That's a great reference for people. As you come off of turn 4, you use that and start to encroach on the massive. It's massive.
I can see the brakes locked up if you look at the top of the screen. So it's
Right go around.
He was around.
Yep, already around.
Pretty early. Is there any damage to the truck? Ooh.
There is now.
And another spinner down low. Is that Austin?
From certainly it's going to be Daniel Dye's onboard that we're going to get a view. Oh, like he came up into the 12 a little. I mean, it's hard to tell, but there was some contact, it looked like, from the 12.
That inside wall.
Here is Andy just coming off the last corner, just trying to put the power down, and
He was a little bit on the.
Maybe to the finish on fuel, but what about your tires?
Looks like the 3 of Jordan Anderson and the 44 of Kris Wright. I don't know if they actually had contact or.
And again, that's that turn 3 region where things start up as far as that loose on entry.
Here tonight.
Oh! And more side by side than he would have liked. That's the 44, Kris Wright. One of the niche trucks.
There you go.
Here it is. Kris Wright.
That just cut his tire.
yeah,
That's Tyler Hill in the 5.
it's going to be bad when we get down to the corner.
It was almost really bad for Tyler Hill, but it was just bad for Kris Wright.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That's Taylor Gray, excuse me.
Tanner's brother.
I don't know if something went wrong with Taylor, but that was weird looking.
I think he did bust the radiator. As soon as he hit Taylor Gray, it looked like it squirted out some water.
That was 1-2. Oh, look at Kris Wright. Just makes the move and gets a little bit bobbly off the corner. And up he goes into Ankrum.
Yeah, just trying to keep his truck halfway straight. And unfortunately, had Ankrum not been there, he would probably been okay, but nothing Ankrum could do.
I'm really surprised Daniel Dye wasn't in the middle of that. Give us some pictures of it.
Currently his average finish 8.5 as you see Jack Wood involved in the 24. And see if we could get a look at where it starts. Kris Wright just got around.
Looked like he just see his black marks there. Just too much gas up high on the racetrack.
Right in front of Jack Wood. Jack had absolutely nowhere to go. Bam, you see the contact right there.
Well, what a tough break for Jack Wood, who's, you know, he's a rookie trying to get off to a good start this season, and he's got 3 of the 4 races.
Super Speedway Challenge, and here's what happened. Haley Deegan in the 4 had just gotten by the 21.
Yeah, he actually woed up in front of her, and she had to make a move to get around him just a half a lap prior to this. So perhaps something was going awry. Again, this is his first big oval track experience. If he had a tire going down, that's a whole.
Oh, loose, and makes contact. And that's going to send you straight into the inside wall.
Hard hit.
Man.
Thank goodness that safer barrier was there. So the day comes to an end for Kris Wright. Watch this hit again.
Jason White slides up and gets.
Again, the 44 of Kris Wright. I mean, White and Wright have gotten together a couple of times. The 44 of Kris Wright.
There might have been some oil coming out of the 42 of Hocevar that helped him change lanes like that. But again, the trial was a tough spot to be 3 wide.
Well, and with the accident taking place where it.
Strategy in just a second. First, let's look at what happened to Kris Wright.
Yeah, it looked like the same spin as earlier. You know, just get to that 3/4 mark of the corner and it just loses rear grip. Around it goes.
We've seen several trucks slipping and sliding, and
here it seems like, oh, there's just contact, and this is some of the issues, moving right to left, and that's in front of Jeff Burton, 6 and 7. You know, they kind of go over curb, driver right, and then they have to get back.
Well, you see the 0-2 Kris Wright get spun around there.
that's Taylor Gray that gets him, and Chase Purdy goes by in the Bama Buggies truck.
And now he finds himself in a good position late as we go back and look at what happened to Kris Wright. Hooked up into the outside wall. This is when it got scary. Anytime you're sliding down the racetrack with your driver's side toward the oncoming traffic, it's just really scary.
We'd see Brandon behind the 68. This week he's driving the 0-2. And a big wiggle there. Is he going to catch it? No, up into the wall. He keeps it off the wall, though.
Oh, don't come on.
Just barely.
You wanted him to stay on the gas. I could see it.
I did, but not bad right there. I mean, considering the car.
Then here's a look at the big crash. Oh, Kris slips up.
Kris Wright gets into Mason Massey. Stuart Friesen just collected in that mess.
There's the big crash.
Look at Friesen right here.
The trophy tractor truck. Stephen Parson. A couple of trucks squeezes by on the bottom. Let's hop on board with Matt Crafton and see what he sees.
On the outside of the racetrack, and actually he might have had a little bit of contact. The 15 of Drew Dollar was right behind him. It's a possibility that maybe he got nudged and turned around.
See if we can tell here if there was any contact. Gosh, it almost looks like he just lost it on his own.
Yeah, they were close. It's hard to say whether there was contact or not. He was off. Drew Dollar was awfully close to the back end of Kris Wright.
Do the telestrator thing. Oh yeah, never mind. You guys see it, but yeah, he was definitely struggling with right rear, not having enough pressure in there.
Oh, and just a mess after that.
Jason White took some contact.
Not too bad. You know, it's a yellow. There's a little bit of damage, but not the big one. That's good news. Glad everybody's through there clean, though.
That's when you really, that tire smoke up in the air, you really rely on your spotter to send you in the right direction.
Watch it again as he comes back down the track. Right here.
At some point, you probably ought to just lock it down, right?
Oh, Kris Wright is around. See top left of our screen as we watch Arnie Cox spinning over there.
Got some
Kris Wright sitting 6th right now.
big wheel hop getting into turn 1 there. He's probably been braking at the 3, but he just got past, so he tried to brake at the 2 there, and that's what happens when you go just a little bit deeper into the corner.
So easy to do at that racetrack, too. Really downhill, lot of elevation downhill, trying to get that.
Guys, see cautions back out right now.
Second one of the day comes at lap 30.
Had a car spun here off of 4.
Oh, it's Kris Wright.
Yep. Right your screen there. You see up next to the wall. We talked about getting on the throttle. Ooh, this is what happens.
It's so closed right there.
Is that Myatt Sider?
Yes. It is.
Well done, Myatt, to avoid that.